Good day, and welcome to another one of Andrew's book reviews. So, today's book, I just finished up The Thousand Names by Django Wexler. Here, get a better view of that. There you go. The Thousand Names by Django Wexler. First time I've read this author, so again, another new author. Always exciting to start with a new author, as I'm sure many of you avid readers out there are aware. Always fun. So, The Thousand Names, it really is mysterious. Honestly, I still don't really know who or what they are. But perhaps that's Django's way of getting me to buy the next book in this series, which is called The Shadow Campaigns. And you know what? It just might work. Anyway, a group of religious fanatics known as simply as the Redeemers have rebelled and taken over a city in the Great Desol, which is a large desert that spans the land with seemingly no end. At least we don't know where it ends. The entire story takes place in the desert with really no other information about this world other than there is an ocean and there's a massive deadly desert. Janice, who is the newly arrived colonel, has been sent to the desert to restore order, suppress the rebellion, and gain back control for the king. This story essentially revolves around three characters by the name of Janice, who's Colonel Janice, Captain Marcus DeVore, and Winter Ironglass. The army is not happy and is filled with a bunch of fresh recruits with virtually no training, and it seems it's up to these three to get them into top shape and train them. Winter enlists, not expecting to be in command of anything, but soon ends up getting a promotion in the field and is faced with earning the trust and respect of those who are under Winter's command. There are two main groups of people in this story. There's the Vordani and the Deslote. The Deslote are the desert people who are at war with the Vordani. They're described as gray-skinned people, and their leader is called the Steel Ghost. So this guy is referred to as their leader is referred to as the Steel Ghost because he wears this mask of steel and he can seem to come and go from anywhere and just appear out of nowhere and be in multiple places at once, and he becomes this real demon type character to all the enemies of their people. So among this group there's a smaller group of people who's led by a mysterious woman who is simply called Mother. This is a group of women priests who have a mysterious magic about them. So a little bit about the characters. Janice is a military leader who seems to be nothing short of insane and secretive. Every decision made seems to be a death sentence for the army, and yet somehow they manage to come out victorious every time and survive. Despite this, there are many who simply do not trust him. They are convinced they're going to die with every move. Janice seems to be a man of dedication and focus on the objective. He is over-obsessed, however, with what is called the Thousand Names. All we know about it is that these names are a source of great power and delve into the world of the supernatural. Marcus, don't really have much to say about him other than he is a man of honor and integrity and committed to doing what's right. He's tried to understand Janice's orders, but can never really understand, but despite this he follows them to the best of his ability. Winter, however, I want to take some time to focus on the character Winter because Winter is, I feel, the most interesting character in this book. Winter was raised effectively in a prison through no fault of Winter's own. Didn't do anything necessarily, but Winter was basically an orphan. However, with the eventual escape, ran off to join the army. Winter, however, has a secret which so far has been kept secret for quite some time. You see, Winter is not a man, but in fact a woman. And being in the army is dangerous for a woman, as she would not typically be allowed in. She found herself in a situation that made military her only escape. Throughout this book, she is haunted by these reoccurring dreams of how she betrayed and failed her best friend, who was married off to a brute and abusive man. She continues to dream and have these visions of her last moment with her. And after one battle, she finds an injured woman named Fuhr. She takes her in and does her best to hide her from the rest of the army, as she takes compassion on her but must hide her presence. It turns out this was going to be a literal lifesaver for her down the road, as well as that for one of her most trusted soldiers by the name of Bobby, who, as it turns out, is also a woman. I really liked the character of Winter, as I felt that her story reflected well on the challenge of women have and faced in the military. Her desperation to keep her secret and just to survive, I felt comes across quite well and authentically. Once she has been placed in command, her insecurity really starts to come through. She tries to be confident in herself while trying to gain the trust of those under her command. She comes across as a strong character, but with all the flaws that make us human. She was by far my favorite character. I would say, however, that this story does lose some points for not much in the way of actual world building, as all we really know about this world is that it's a big desert, and there are religious fanatics. It would be nice to have more knowledge of this world. Other areas I really liked and enjoyed, however, is the mystery behind who and what the Redeemers are. The idea of a mysterious cult of dark magic users revolting is fascinating, and while a theme that is repeated in many fantasy books, it is one I have never tired of reading about. Just love it. Every author's take on this theme, of course, is unique and entertaining in its own right, and Django Wexler is no different in that respect. Really, really fun to read that kind of thematic elements in any story. This one is certainly well worth the read. I do recommend it to anyone. While not an outstanding book, it is still a good read, which easily gets at least 6.5 out of 10 bookworms for me. I certainly look forward to getting the rest of the series in the near future and finding out how this all plays out in the end, and maybe even learning more about what this 1,000 names I keep hearing about really is. So again, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. That's my review on the 1,000 names. As always, don't forget to like, comment in the section below, subscribe, and you can also visit me at WordPress at andrewsbookreviews.wordpress.com. And be sure to like and subscribe and follow and share. So again, thank you so much. And coming up next, we have a Terry Brooks book, The High Druid's Blade. One of my favorite authors. Really look forward to reading this. I hope you look forward to the review. So be sure to stay tuned. And again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to share and comment below and subscribe. Thanks.